goal line, on the goal line, off this side, this way, let's go line, let's go line.
Back another week, home gym.
Home gym, we back in it.
So y'all played Forest Park on Friday night.
Yes,
another
sir.
big win. How many points your defense giving up this year?
Shoot.
It ain't many.
Forge got 27 of them.
Let's see, Battlefield, Forest Park, Ford,
27.
Hayfield.
They scored?
I think it was 7.
Yeah, they scored 7. So 14, man. We defense, coming into shape. Obviously, the other teams like Battlefield and Forest Park running a offense where they're trying to slow the game down.
Right.
So the score don't get away from them. But, Forest Park, what's the team? Forge and, Hayfield got a good offensive scheme.
Yeah.
So, again, I don't like some things that happen with the defense versus Colonial Forge. But, they've been playing well. I think, like you said, when you're playing against those type of run sets, I feel like we've been fitting up well in the run game. Mm-hmm. So what I mean by that is, like, football people might not understand. Yes, at this point, we're better than both those programs, no matter what. But when you're running like a wing T or single wing,
yeah.
If one person don't fit up in the right place or one person take on a block with the wrong shoulder, you got a seam and now they off and running.
Right.
So I've been pleased with our discipline fitting up in the run game. Regardless who the opponent is.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
All right. Well, 49-0. Offense continues to roll. Your offense is putting up almost 50 points a game, something like that. Forest Park played y'all on their homecoming night.
Yep.
Did y'all talk about that before you went?
Of course. Of course. I told the player, I can't even remember the last time, we were scheduled for homecoming, honestly. But on the same token, I know sometimes the way the schedule worked, you only got one game.
Right.
You only got one game that month.
Mm-hmm.
Or you either got to do your homecoming super early. Also, like for me, I'm different. So Coach Robinette may be the same way. He made it say like, listen, we're going to need the extra morale and the boost. Because I like playing against good opponents on homecoming.
Get a little extra juice in the
Yeah, of course the distractions that come with it. Our homecoming is this week. But I like, the atmosphere when you got two good teams.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily feel like, picking a team that isn't being successful. But, I used it, of course, in the pregame speech with the guys. And it was one point where the referee said, tell you guys to stop saying homecoming on the field. So, obviously, they heard me.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. I don't know if Robinette necessarily was doing it to be. I don't think that. Like I said, he one of the guys that I'm close with to be disrespectful. I don't know what his motive was, whether that was the only game they had,
right.
Or he was just, trying to use it to get his guys up and create an atmosphere for an upset.
Yeah. Well, Jason back this week?
Yep, Jason played. He played.
Played well?
He played well. He played. The thing about him playing well is he made it through the game without getting injured. Yeah. So, mentally when you're coming off an injury, you want to get over it with the physical contact. He did that. He had a touchdown. He had a one-hand pick.
Mm-hmm.
So he played well.
All right. Now, you're coming up, we talked about it a little bit last week. You got your, like your conference schedule, all that stuff coming up, your district schedule. What do you do now? You're 5 games in. 5 games left in the regular season, but you really 10 games if you want to get to where you got to go.
Yes, sir.
So how do you keep your guys up going? You've had a lot of success early, but how do you keep your guys up going through the rest of the year?
Easy. I think we talked about it a little bit last time. We about to play Hilton, Woodbridge, Potomac, Garfield, Colgan. The first 4 is going to be rivalry anyway.
Yeah.
I don't have to get them up for Hilton this week. It's homecoming. It's Hilton.
Yeah.
It's things where no matter what their record is, I'm going to tell the guys, we're going to get their best shot no matter what. Everybody in our district, we're going to get their best shot.
Yeah.
It's up to us to bring our best shot, and make sure, we leave no doubt. But, I don't have to get the guys up for these next few. So I already know they're going to be wired and ready to go.
Yeah.
It's district. This is the people that, they hang out with, and you see other places. You want to be able to continue to say, we haven't lost a district game in 4 years. You know what I mean?
You like saying that.
Yeah, so you want to continue to earn the respect and get after it.
Yeah. But your offense, y'all been putting up a lot. We've been talking about it every week, but it seems like y'all continue to develop. Quest is, I think he's throwing us 75% or something this year.
Yep.
It's unbelievable. Are you adding more stuff in right now, or are you set with what you got going on your offensive stuff?
We added some wrinkles.
Yeah.
We have some stuff in that we haven't even shown, just because we know we're gonna need it later.
Yeah.
Kids keep getting on me every week. Why we keep practicing this? We don't need to run it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't worry about that. We will. Just hold on. So, Quest has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And even talking to Coach Robinette for his part, we talked yesterday, he was talking about game planning for us. He was like, he was running the ball and throwing the ball every play.
Yeah.
Because Quest is doing such a good job running the offense, making good decisions. He's efficient.
Yeah.
And like you said, he can run too. That's the thing that, people let get away from him, is that he can run.
Yeah.
So, I couldn't be happier with him. And the offense in general I still feel like we got to get better as a cohesive unit up front in the run game. So we might have 2 or 3 guys doing what they got to do, and then 2 not.
Yeah.
3 guys on the same page, and then 2 not. 4 guys giving max effort and 1 guy not. So we still got a lot of room for improvement in the run game. I feel like the passing game I'm pleased with. Just running the football, I want to be a lot better at it than we have been. And from a standpoint of, like I said, just execution and all 5 linemen being on the same page.
Yeah. A lot of times, we talk about a lot of guys on the show and stuff, but a lot of times the guys up front, you talked about the offensive line a little bit, but guys up front don't get a whole lot of love.
Of course.
It's your offensive, defensive line, not just this year, but in past years, have been really, really good. Obviously, you bless. Having talent is one thing.
Definitely.
But coaching and getting the guys to work is a totally different thing.
Definitely.
Talk about your offensive, defensive line a little bit.
Well, offensive line-wise, we line up. Left tackle is Devontae Boyd. He was a basketball kid.
Yeah.
6'4", 280. First time playing football since he was in middle school. He's been, a blessing. Very smart, not soft. So when you get a basketball kid, he's gonna be soft. Not that. He is tough. Think about him, he's too smart. He got a 3-point-something GPA. He just outthinks, overthinks everything. But he'll be, he's only a junior, so he'll be a guy, college guy, FBS guy moving forward. Then you line up Rashawn Lee next to him, 6'4", 300, committed to South Carolina. As physical as they come, athletic. At center, we got Makai Ramirez, who's only a sophomore. So we're happy about him. He's a physical presence that we needed. He's solid, he's steady. Right guard is Aiden, sophomore, 6'4", 370. He, as a young kid, he the one we got to stay on. Yeah. And I keep trying to tell him, if he give maximum effort all the time, nobody gonna be able to do nothing with him.
Right.
But very smart, he's talented, he's physical. And then you got Keeley, like I said, who's been a great leader, him and Rashawn for us this year, and getting that whole group together. And then, Keely, like I said, giving us his best on both sides. Then shoot, you flip over and play defensive line, you got to block Rashawn and Keely on defense, who both are not just big but athletic kids and can run and move and bend. And then Jalen Griffin, who's been the X factor up there, 6'4", 220 pounds, just been a blessing. He tore everything in his knee his sophomore year. So he was out all last year. To watch him, lift but can't run for a year, do sit-ups when everybody was doing stuff. His parents come get him, take him to physical therapy, just his journey to get back on the field. And now he's as explosive as he ever been. So when you got that type of athleticism up front on the defensive line on both sides, and then to give Rashawn a break. So we give Rashawn a break on defense with a kid we call Gucci and another kid we call Dez, both juniors, physical, fast kids. Not as big as those guys, but super athletic, super quick, gritty kids. And then on offense, we give Keely a break with a freshman, Armand, Tubbs, and then we use another kid named Derek Blunt. So we try to make sure we give Keely a break on offense, Rashawn a break on defense, and the guys that we have filling in for him come back for us. So not only is that big for this year, but it's big for next year. Because now that freshman really isn't a freshman next year. He's played in every game for at least 30 plays. So we not only are our guys that we need doing a great job, but we're developing the guys that's next up and right behind them. Something happened, they ready to go. At least they've had the experience, they know what's going on.
So like y'all spend a lot of time this year up. When y'all are up, do you try to get those guys more time and give Keely and Rashawn a little bit more of a break when you guys are up big? Definitely.
I think as a coach, especially me being a player's coach, once you get up, you want to keep everybody healthy. So you're always like, okay, I'm gonna let y'all go one more drive, then you're done. But one more drive could be catastrophic if you're not careful.
Right.
So you always gotta juggle that. And then, we're in the era of huddle and all that crap, so.
Everybody wants their stats.
Yeah, you got guys crying like, how come I'm not in, man? And I was like, dude, it's 49-0. Like, it's over. Like, nothing left for you to do. And plus, like you said, you want the young guys to get some experience. And, this week specifically that just passed, I was on the young secondary and linebacker people about, okay, y'all want to go in the game when we're up, but then you don't pay attention in practice, and you don't know what you're doing alignment-wise. So I'm not going to put you out there. I'm not going to put you out there. So this week they did a good job. They was able to go in, and they knew how to execute the game plan. So it's giving me a tool to use in practice to make sure everybody's dialed in. Also, when you send in your next set of guys on offense, quarterback, you don't want it to not be safe. So you got to mix and match the line. So you might leave two of those guys out there, stuff like that. So, I think it's always a fine line to say you want to make it out the game healthy, and you want the young guys to get experience. And like I said, you're not trying to, regardless of what people think, not trying to run up the score on nobody, no matter what. It's just a matter of you want to get out there and you want all your groups to be able to execute your game plan. Them dudes come out there every day for 2.5 hours and mix it up, just like the starters. They want to play and do all the things that they practice every day too.
So how much do you think about that stuff, or do you talk with your staff about that stuff? All right, if we get up here, this is what we want to do the rotation, or is that something that you game night you kind of go by how the game is going?
No, we talk about it beforehand. It's just when game night gets here, like once we were up, I tell them like, listen, next drive, get that second D line ready, get that second group of linebackers ready, make sure they know how to line up. Because they're going in next, or at the end of the third, like make sure they know what they're doing so we don't look like a circus.
Right.
Because that's what I'm not going to do. I'm not just going, like I told the young guys, I'm not just going to play people to appease you. If you don't know what you're doing, then, that's not benefiting us. I'll leave the people out there that's out there. It all depends. Like when we were playing Hayfield, I didn't take out Najee. But that's because they were in spread and they're throwing. So you got to have one person out there that can at least direct all the young guys. So it depends. You know, this week they're in a condensed run set. Yeah. Not so much checks and stuff, so not a big deal. So you can wholesale sub, but again, like I'm not about looking bad no matter what. So if the situation calls for me to be able to leave one of those guys out there, then I will. Yeah. You know, whether it's a linebacker or DB, so at least we can line up right.
Now, a lot of people think, you know, a lot of people and parents and just people in general think that he just coaches football.
Yep.
They don't realize how much time they think, oh, well, he's just there for practice in the game.
Yeah.
How much time are you here at Freedom during the week?
Shoot, I'm here definitely 12, 13 hours every day.
Yeah.
You know, some days I get in here at 5:30 for workouts. Then we do the whole school day. Then we do practice. Yeah. And shoot, then we may even have, you know, film. So it's never ended. But, you know, outside of that, like, to be honest, I feel like that's pretty normal. Mm-hmm. But everything that comes along with that life, like kids need something to eat, something being wrong, a kid, something happened and they be picked up. Yeah. You know, parent saying, you know, I'm having an issue with my child at home over this. Yeah. I mean, it's bigger than just the, you know, the football side of it. Yeah. Man, I'm so invested in the school, forgetting the football kids in general. Right. Like, I can't make it through that lunchroom. And I'm not the only person like that. The people that are truly invested in the students and the kids know, I can't make it through that lunchroom without everybody saying, dude, you got $2, I'm hungry, I don't have no lunch money. Right. I can't make it. And, you know, Mr. Lee and other people are the same way because the kids, you know, you connected to the kids and the kids can tell that you care about them and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm here on Tuesday and Thursdays, 5:30 in the morning, working out another sport until they get a coach in place. Right. That don't have nothing to do with football. I'm doing that because I'm Freedom all the way. Right. Secondly, I would just had a conversation with Mr. Bryson about getting all the boys, the young guys, to play baseball. Yeah. To help build that program up. Because I feel like we got a good coach now. Mm-hmm. We just gotta get the numbers. So man, like I said, people don't understand, it's bigger than, my investment isn't just into the football team, it's into the whole school, I mean, really in general. Even with my boss, Ms. Clark, Ms. Brown, they know anything they ask me to do, I do it, no matter what it is. Yeah. I mean, if it got to do with the school or helping out, I do it regardless. You know, and that's other people too. Like you said, if they need me to come open up something for something that's happening, they know I come do it. Yeah. All you gotta do is call me, I come do it. And you know, and I feel like that's how it should be. I'm not asking to be rewarded for it. It's just like you said, if this is home and it's family, like we say, yeah. You know, I don't even count the time that I'm here. You know what I mean? Yeah. I genuinely love doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I wouldn't trade it in. And that's what coaching is to me. And I feel like at some point, that's what people are, is investing in young people. Right. Whatever that may be. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whatever that may be. Like I said, I got all these kids. One of my manager's parents was like, I'm having an issue with her about this. Yeah. Can you sit down and talk to her? Yes, of course. And then me and her talked about, you know, making sure she's doing right with her school, mm-hmm. and she's doing that. And, you know what I mean? Like, made her go get her stuff. So I'm not just invested in the football team. I'm invested in the kids' spirit. Anybody that needs something that I can do, yeah. I give it to them. I provide it, no matter what. So you know how it is, man. It's, you know, you don't look for no kudos for that. You know, I'm not tweeting and Facebooking everything I do for people. Yeah. And like I told you, man, I refuse to do that. If I'm doing something for somebody, if it's a college visit, if it's giving them lunch money, if it's they had an emergency, can you come get me? Yeah. I'm doing that out of love. I'm not doing it for social media or likes or to tell nobody about it. Right. You know what I mean? So a lot of people can relate. I'm passionate about, you know, investing in young people, and I don't care. People can say anything they want about me. They can't say I'm bad for kids. Right. And like you said, man, I just had a homecoming for the youth organization I got almost 300 kids playing football. Like, on Saturdays, bro, 300 kids. Yeah. Prince William County school kids, they go to different schools and look at like what's happening in our community you seeing all these killings, shootings, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 60. These people not even young men yet. They just with nothing to do. But then, like you said, you're trying to provide an outlet and get kids back into sports instead of all this other stuff. Yeah. And that's what it's always been about, man. Like, I really feel like this is my calling, is young people. It never had nothing to do with no wins and losses for Freedom High School, because I wasn't even doing that when I first got into coaching young people. This is what I've been doing my entire adult life almost, outside of me playing. I chased that dream till it dead end, and ever since then I've been doing this. So again, like you said, not to get long with it, just I truly am passionate about it. People call me crazy all the time, because like you said, I'm just invested in young people. I don't know, I love it, man. Even like you said, it's from Saturdays, they like, yo, you out here with the little kids and you giving people rides, like it's a hayride, all the cheerleaders, all the little boys, but it's kids, and you love that, man. You love it or you don't, and I love it.
All right, the first time we talked, you said something that I'll never forget. We were talking about like Kaepernick and some other things going on, and you said you always taught your players that you didn't want them to have an oppressed mind state. And I think the way that you go about things, because you're from here, you know what I'm saying? Like, it shows people what you can do and what you can mean in somebody's life. And I think it's important, and we don't get enough chance to see you talk about stuff like that. But just to piggyback off of that, we're in Northern Virginia, all the counties are different. Loudon is way different from Fairfax. There's parts of Fairfax that are different from each other. Prince William is totally different. The west end of Prince William is totally different. You coached in Stafford before. What is the difference? Like, obviously you've seen a lot, you've played a lot of different teams, but coaching in Stafford, what are the challenges here that are different from there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think, the biggest difference, football-wise, I'm gonna say this, is coaching. They got a lot of really good coaches in Stafford and schemes when I was there. A lot. Like, you had Joe Mangano, Sorrentino, Massaponax, what's his name? Him. So you gotta think, that's three dudes you gotta play against that, always successful. So the coaching part of it, that was tough. Off the field stuff, I still had a great connection with the kids. It's just, it's more personal here with the kids than it was there. Now, there's a group of my kids there, a small group, that was the same way. Now that group is just larger than it was there. And I'm friends with all those same kids then. So the biggest difference, like I said, really was the parent involvement there to when I first got here. Now, this is curving a little bit. Our parent involvement is a lot better because of the kids we got and the parents we got now and preaching it. But football-wise, I would say the coaching, and then personal-wise is the investment into the kids individually, personally. Like, you have to do a lot more personally for them. Like, from this standpoint, didn't have to take kids on college trips, maybe 2 or 3 there. Where here, we got to put a rotation together to do that. You know what I mean? And, whether it be because parents got to work, or mom's not here, or dad's in the military not here, whatever the circumstance. You know what I mean? Positive or negative, got a lot more responsibility on your shoulders with that. So, that's the biggest difference in the two.
That's why today, kids, it doesn't matter where you are, where you come from, the kids are different. They still go through stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
of course.
Everybody still goes through stuff, but it's just having the right people in place for you to be here. I don't think there's any coach that's more suited for where they are than you for here.
Yes, sir. I agree.
So, this week, got homecoming coming up?
Yes, sir.
Who you got coming in?
Hill. Yes, sir.
Now, obviously, big game for you, big game for the program. All your guys know all those guys. But homecoming adds a little something extra.
Yes, sir.
What you gonna wear? What the uniform's gonna be?
I think we're gonna do black top, gold pants,
Yeah.
black helmet, black top, gold pants, and pink. One of our department chairs, Miss Spruill, Miss Riley, they're doing a big breast cancer awareness thing this game, as it is, for the month.
Right.
And she messaged me this weekend and was like, make sure the boys wear pink.
Yeah.
And I said, make sure they wear pink socks. I wanted to send her the pictures just to be like, this pink swag was awesome last week. Had to give them their credit. So they did a good job with that. I told them, though, like, one thing with the pink stuff is, there's 15 different.
Right.
So I tell them all, it's all got to be the Nike pink, that dark pink. Like, I don't want to see the fuchsia pink.
Right.
And everybody got to have on the dark pink. And shoot, they did a good job with it. They look good. I meant to tell them in the group text when the pictures came out from the Dropbox, I said, y'all had your swag up. So yeah, they're gonna do a good job with that. But again, homecoming, so our school and the people in charge of that do a great job with it. Honestly, the admin get in behind it. They do a great job with it. Always, all throughout the week to the pep rally, but you don't want it to be a distraction. So with that said, we've done a good job with it the past, 3 years. So hopefully, again, like you said, we were able to block out all the noise once the, whistles blow and get right to it.
Y'all got a pink wrap around the goalpost?
Yes.
All right.
That's one good thing about our AD. Now, he just as much about looking good as we are. He take a lot of pride in all the teams, looking good, but his stuff too. He went out and got those last year. They look good.
He almost broke my hand after that Forge game, though. That was the most excited I've ever seen him. I think he was more excited for that than he was at the Westfield game.
Maybe. If I could pull up all the huddle stuff with him jumping and stuff in the sideline, I could make him his own highlight reel of just that stuff. But no, football guy, he gets into it. He gets into it, So again, you like that. You rather have your boss, your supervisor be somebody that's passionate about football. Not saying he's not about the other sports. It's just he's a football guy. He played it, he coached it. So not to say, like you said, people take that the wrong way, like he don't care about nothing else. It's not the case. He look out. He's an easy AD to work with and for, and that's no matter what sport it is. Just me and seeing him look out, conversations. He's fair, and like I said, good dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna send him my doctor bill when I go there.
You should.
What's the pep rally like here at Freedom?
It's a huge event.
Yeah.
Not just once you get in the gym, they send the band through the hallways, at lunch, it's music all week, leading up to the pep rally, and then again at the pep rally. It's the thing that's different here, I would say, is the admin participate and get involved in it. And so like I said, it's good for the student body. And again, like you said, it's a big show. Yeah. The ladies and the gentlemen that put that on, they do a good job with it every year.
Yeah, so Friday night's gonna be something here.
It is. Our energy's gonna be high. Again, like you said, it's high school football. It's the stuff that all the college players, NFL players say they miss. Is the closeness of all that stuff. Everybody knows homecoming, and I already got people messaging me saying, I'm coming back for that game. So my son told a couple of my relatives, my brother and some other people, that we were playing them for their homecoming. So they drove all the way here Friday night thinking it was our homecoming. Yeah. He didn't specify which school's homecoming it was. Yeah. So I'm sure, next week, it'll be all the alumni, people in the communities. We're gonna do something special that I'm not gonna tell everybody yet when we come out, but we're gonna do something special.
You said your administration gets involved doing the pep rallies and all that stuff. How is the atmosphere around the school as far as teachers and administration changed since you've been here, as far as their involvement with the team and all that kind of stuff?
Well, I'll say this. I feel like no matter where you're at, you have teachers, admin that are all about it,
Yeah.
and then you feel like it's something that work against you.
Right.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. It's a lesson to be learned from it, you know, and I tell the kids all the time, like, don't tell me a teacher don't like you because you play football.
Right.
That may be true. It may be true.
Happens
But an A is an A is an A. If you do the work and you got it all right, you got it all right. There may be an admin person that doesn't particularly care for you because you do play football. That may be true, but don't give them a reason or don't put yourself in a position where you're doing something wrong.
Right.
So, you know, I'm not gonna say it's any worse or more than any other school. You know, I'm sure if I ask Honorary at Potomac, he gonna say the same thing. Or Coach Brown, I've heard him gripe about stuff. So I'm gonna say this. Since I've been here, the people that's been behind me and have my back still do.
Yeah.
I feel like as far as the kids go, you know, I got teachers, Ms. Myers, shoot, I don't even want to leave nobody out. Ms. Boyko. There's a lot of teachers that come to me, and, you know, and are saying like, you know, this young man needs help with this.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of people that come to me and say, he's doing a good job. He's a pleasure to have in class. So you appreciate that. You don't want teachers only coming to you when it's something wrong.
Right.
We got a good amount of teachers that come and say, you know, this young man's doing a good job, or how can we get him on the right path?
Yeah.
And, you know, you love that, you know what I mean? And it's refreshing. I think a lot more people, as far as opposite sports,
Yeah.
some other people, they got an issue with me because we've been successful. That's the biggest thing I've seen. I'm like, I haven't done nothing to you other than us being successful, you know what I mean? So I've seen the people's attitude change toward me, you know, every year, the more successful we've been. But I'm not gonna say that anybody's doing anything wrong toward the kids. They may not like them because they're football players. That may be true, but at the same time, like I tell them, that's life.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care if you work somewhere, somebody may not like you because you're short or you went to West Virginia or anything, you know what I mean? And that's okay. You know, it doesn't, you know, like I tell the kids again, man, if you know what you're doing, you study and you turn in all your work, somebody not liking you doesn't mean nothing. So again, you know, I think that our football team has a great relationship with our student body though. I think the morale with the kids and the interaction of the kids in the school is awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And again, at the end of the day, you know, it was a lesson learned in it where I maybe felt like there were some people singling out the football players last year. And I'm not necessarily was wrong in saying that.
Yeah.
But Ms. Bryant talked to me and was like, listen, you know, like this year I make them dress up, shirt and tie. I did that the first 2 years and I felt like, you know, you put on that shirt and tie, that jersey, you're saying, I'm a football player.
Right.
And I felt like that was working against us in certain aspects. And she was like, listen, it doesn't matter because they need to understand that you're gonna be held to a higher standard. So, you know, that was something she encouraged me to bring back. She was like, it's not, you know, you don't wanna, they gotta live up to that standard and that expectation. So we went back to it, and like I told the kids, you know, you put that jersey on, you put that shirt and tie on, yes, that brings notice to, okay, you're a football player. So now you gotta do what you're supposed to do. So and it was a good lesson. You don't wanna hide.
Right.
You wanna, you know, you wanna meet that, you know, expectation and do everything that you're supposed to be doing. So, you know, and like I said, life, and I, you know, me and her when she was on, that's one thing I'm not above learning. And I got questions I ask her, Coach Robinette, Coach Brown, Mr. Bryson. I go to people, and so, you know, it's a lot better. But again, our school and the kid and the atmosphere, football is awesome. Again, I feel like if anything, it's been more people having issue with me, with our success. And you hear people, oh, well, the football team get this, and how come they got to do that? And well, we did this too, and you know, so again, I don't care what school you're at. If you're the girls soccer team and you're successful, the other people gonna have something to say. If you're the boys basketball team and you're successful, the other sports gonna have something to say. Baseball, what else, so on and so on. So I don't feel like ours is any different than any other school.
Right. Then look, I don't care what anybody says. Teachers want a good student. They don't care what you do. You a good student, you're going to be a good student.
That's it.
Well, it's Sunday. How much pro football you watch? I know you watch some college stuff, and I know you do that. But
Pro football, I'll go back and watch the games that, like my Niners, I'll go back and watch that. I enjoy watching Khalil Mack play defense.
Yeah.
So it's pinpoint stuff that I like. College, I record almost every game and watch it. Now, NFL, I've been watching a lot more, but so through Huddle, I don't know if other coaches know this, my coach Cousins, my D-line, O-line coach, hooked us up with some thing with the NFL. It's free. So I get to watch the sideline, like the coach's view of the NFL games. So I've been doing that a lot, you know, so like after the night, I'll be able to go back and watch the coaching view of the game. So I'm all for that. So, you know, like, you know, the TV version don't do much for me, but that, I mean, it's been awesome. I've been watching a lot more. Because like it's now I'm getting it clip by clip. And it's that coaching view and the study view and all that stuff. So that's been sweet.
Pick up different things?
Yep. So, you know, normally my Sunday is Sunday morning. Shoot, I play flag in the MAFL, Mid-Atlantic Football, Flag Football League in Oxon Hill, Maryland. You know, shout out, you know, a whole league in Tucker Road. So I usually get up early and go get my fix, my football fix. And then, you know, come back, and if I'm not with you, me and my coaches, we meet on Sundays at 4:30 to execute the game plan and put the game plan in, and everybody bring their notes together. And, you know, that's it, man. You know, try to chill with the family, you know, as much as possible, and shoot and relax on Sundays and get ready to go at it all over again.
There you go. Be here Friday night. See a big surprise coming out. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, brother.
All day night, on the goal line, off this way, this way, let's go line, let's go line.